I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but geez, here's what I know. Years ago, I made a no-brainer decision. Strong, handsome winner, like the dad I wish I had. He made me feel like a man. He had everything. True American patriot, lifetime winner, best at everything, like a god, a superhero. My dad, the superhero. I went to one of his rallies and I was sold, hook, line, and sinker. I mean, I follow this guy anywhere. And here's why. America's in crisis. The country's ruined, failed. The world is laughing at us, but not for long. Big Daddy was going to rescue us. True Americans like me, we were bound to win. That's the American dream. The dream destined to be fulfilled, but only for us true American patriots. I don't know much about history or politics. Never really cared about them that much. Kind of boring. I didn't do great in school, but I knew what really mattered. I knew what America was all about. People like me, and only like me, the true Americans, we were destined to win. America always won. And the South will rise again. The true American Confederates like me. People hated him, my hero daddy. It was time for revenge, like Christ on the cross, a total vindication for how mean everyone treated us. It was a drama I couldn't resist, so yeah, I made my decision, threw all in with no remorse, no reserve, 100% conviction, not a doubt in my mind. It was like in all the movies I liked, me siding with the bullied hero who's sure to win in the end. I felt triumphant, just signing on and getting my red cap. To celebrate, I told everyone it was game over. Such a relief. No more doubt, no more anxiety, destined to win. Had already won, not just for now, but forever, because we're everything right and righteous, and we're owed a comeback. The fates were sure to deliver. My daddy hero was going to deliver, and I was on his side. So yeah, over and over, I'd tell those punk-ass villains, those fake Americans with their fake news, it was over. They were doomed and deserved everything that was coming to them. They were stupid, evil sinners. They'd try to talk to me, but I wasn't listening. They talked bullshit, self-reassuring nonsense. I couldn't tell what they were saying, but I could tell it was nonsense. Game over. They'd lost already. I dressed for it, dressed to feel like a soldier mid-movie fighting the battle of our lives, dressed for the ultimate victory that would soon be ours. I shared memes. My ally soldier friends would cackle with me at the stupidity of those who didn't get it, didn't get that we'd already won. Those flailing, whining losers. I tell you, it was like climbing on an express train bound for glory. I could just sit back and enjoy the ride, enjoy the movie, which I would watch every night to remind myself I had invested in a sure thing. I needed all the good news I could get, and I could find a lot of it on TV and radio and from my friends. We'd all reassure each other by laughing at the suckers who were too stupid to invest. I'd drink in reassurance every chance I got. People I trusted reassuring me Big Daddy was destined to win. Had already won. The loser libtards just couldn't admit it. Some people are such sheep, so easily conned. Well, not me. Have I told you? My big investment was destined to pay off. My daddy hero reassured me. They were just out to get him. He complained about the system and how mean it was to him and to me, big, tough, strong winners like us. So unfair. They'd get what's coming to them. My investment was safe. And sure enough, he did rise again and again. I mean, the guy is unstoppable. No mistake about it. I had nothing to worry about. Everyone I trusted reassured me. Nothing to worry about. He was fighting that old guy who the polls showed to be losing to my strong, young, unstoppable, infallible hero. Someone even tried to kill my daddy hero, but he survived. It was our greatest moment. God was on our side. He was spared. Then the convention, where all my heroes reassured me. And then the bait and switch. We were tricked, which is so not fair. In comes this young, tough, strong, mean, and nasty fake black woman to replace the sleepy old man. She had no business running, no business even thinking about it, this nasty, young, fake black woman. I mean, that's not how the movie was supposed to go, especially not with our promised ultimate victory so close at hand. I got nervous, but no, I wasn't afraid. I'm never afraid. They're afraid, and stupid, and weak, and mean. We were still destined for victory. I kept laughing at those losers. I mean, obviously, there are stupid, evil people in this world, con artists and their cons. Some people just didn't see it, but I do. I'm a critical thinker. My hero daddy told me I was. I was nasty to those losers, but they deserve it. Someone needs to speak truth to those doomed enemies of everything good. Then the debate, which my daddy hero won, he said so, and I believe him. I always believe him. But the losers, they wouldn't admit it. They're so weak. I kept telling them they were doomed, but they believed me? Nah. They just couldn't handle it. Some people aren't strong enough to handle the truth. But to be honest, the debate made me a little nervous. I had these scary glimpses. To be honest, I got these, you could say, scary hallucinations. I mean, there were times I'd look at my big daddy on the stage and I saw not him, but I don't know, like old Elvis, bloated, drugged, waxy, and blathering, whining, repetitive, boring. I hated to see it. I shuddered. It was almost like he was living out some fantasy, like a Superman comic book. It was like he was on automatic, just pretending he's right about everything, and anyone who disagreed with him was dumb and evil. He said all the things I wanted him to say, but they felt hollow. And she was laughing at him. It's like the first time, and I hope the last, I got a glimpse of how others see him. Not as my daddy hero, but a little man who just made up excuses and lived in this dream of being the hero. I had a little trouble sleeping that night. I got up in the middle of the night to huddle online with my allies, all reassuring each other that our investments were safe. The next morning we continued, but then this guy joined our conversation and it got weird. I don't know what he was saying. Couldn't make sense of it. Nothing like what I would have expected from anyone ever. He said we were doomed. We'd invested in a con artist. We had daddy issues and had let ourselves get conned. How could he say that? How could someone be so mean? Some people, they don't know how to be kind, to wait for the outcome before declaring victory. I mean, my investment was safe, right? My friends said so. TV and radio said so. Powerful people said so. Big, important people like Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan. They couldn't be wrong. They were famous. But this guy online, he wouldn't let up. I told him to shut up. I scolded him for being so nasty and unfair, declaring victory before it's even over. Doesn't he know we're fated to win? I told him I didn't understand what he was saying. He was talking gibberish, but he didn't let up. I finally had to kick him out of the conversation. He was hurting our feelings. People like that have no business. Amateurs boasting and putting us down, telling us we had invested in a con artist. He said they were trying to warn us to get out because our ship was sinking. It's so unfair. He was harshing our buzz. We were proud of putting the libtards in their place, which they totally deserved. I was in the right. I knew it. I had to just keep believing. So I get it, but I don't completely. I mean, what's happening? What will happen to my investment? I can't face the possibility that I made a bad investment. I can't admit I was wrong, and why should I? My daddy hero never made mistakes and never admitted to them. That's the way to show strength. Only the weak admit to mistakes. I just couldn't handle the shame if I ever did. Now, I know what it's like. I once got conned. A long time ago, I bet on a sure thing. I got in on the ground floor of a timeshare that turned out to be the ground floor of a sinkhole. Well, I recovered, cut my losses, pulled myself out of that hole, but I vowed then and there I won't be fooled again. Never again. So what the hell is this? When you invest in a sure thing and go to the trouble of letting all rivals know they're doomed, it should stay a sure thing. You shouldn't have to risk egg on your face. The world is so unfair. But let me assure you, it won't stay this way. Big Daddy is going to win like he always does, even when he doesn't, because God is on his side. My investment is totally safe. No way will I end up in another sinkhole. I just have to keep the faith and keep reminding my enemies that they're stupid, doomed losers. Are into as much raw introspection about the human condition as I am. And if you're one of them, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And that's another thing. I'm for hire. I do strategic consulting on dealing with life's tough judgment calls and dealing with total jerks. My email's down below. Get in touch for a free sample session. Thanks.